I want to talk about Section 702 of FISA, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. It's never lapsed this long. And if Congress fails to act, Democrats refuse to get out of the way. Does that put your work at risk trying to protect our country during America 250 and the World Cup?
Well, it doesn't really put us at risk. It does slow down the process for us to be able to get some of the warrants we need. Keep in mind what 702 does, what FISA does, is it helps us go after foreign terrorists that are operating off the United States soil, but trying to operate inside our soil too, what we consider the homeland. So we can get the process, but something that used to take days, in this case, or something that used to take hours may take a few days, but we can still keep the investigation going forward. We just may not get the records we need. It's much easier for us to do the investigation. Obviously, if we have FISA, it helps speed the process up, but it doesn't affect, especially with the World Cup, it doesn't affect us, our operations at all.
Mr. Secretary, I want to talk about the World Cup and more than 1 million international travelers expected for the overall event. So safety, of course, is critical. And just yesterday, DHS released some statistics. Authorities successfully taking out 55 drones, seizing 39 more across 8 venues since the start of the World Cup. And as you know, Homeland Security has spent more time unfunded or only partially funded this year because of that historic shutdown. So do you have any further concerns about how this country stays safe during this massive event?
Well, let's just talk about counter-UAS. That was a monumental task that we were charged with. This is the first time any of these venues have had counter-UAS drone defense on them. We had to stand it up in a very short period of time because we were shut down for 76 days. But keep in mind, ICE and CBP was shut down for 115 days. And CBP, which is our Customs and Border Protection, they're tasked with 5 of the venues. We have our Coast Guard that's tasked with 2, FBI has 3, and FBS, which our Federal Protection Service, has 1. We had to stand this counter-UAS very quick because we couldn't have contracts signed. So it was tough. I was out 2 weeks ago in Dallas meeting with the team that was setting up that. We were in LA a week ago, looking at their system. And like you said, we have 55 that we've already brought down. And let me tell you, every one of those had the potential, not just be enthusiasts, but every single one of those have potential to be a terrorist act too. So we've had to coordinate with FAA. FAA shut down the airspace around the venues. We have 3 miles out, 3,000 feet up. But being shut down was very difficult to work around the Democrats' reckless behavior here.
Yeah, and speaking of drones, Mr. Secretary, FBI Director Kash Patel revealed this week that a planned attack on the America 250 UFC fight got thwarted. A group chat containing more than a dozen people planned to use explosive drones and snipers outside the fight at the White House. Now, the alleged ringleader, Abraham Alvarez, reportedly an illegal migrant from Mexico who overstayed his visa. Want to tell you, what can you tell us about this attack and all the work that it went to stop it?
Well, he was a known illegal that gave DACA status underneath the Obama administration. We had a letter of detention to be able to remove him, so we had a detainer out on him. And this was very aspirational. I wouldn't say anybody was at a threat level yet, but we were paying attention to it. This is a great partnership that President Trump has put together between Kash Patel, Todd Blanche, Sean Curry, who is the director of the Secret Service, and myself. We all worked together on this. We had eyes on it. We went ahead and made the arrest, obviously, before the event took place. But this is just an example of the threats that face the United States every single day, which is why it's extremely concerning when you have Democrats that play political theater with shutting down the Department of Homeland, because this investigation was led in coordination with the FBI and DOJ and the Secret Service, and then other aspects and other assets we have. This could have got a lot worse, but as I said, it never got to the point of actually delivery. It was just aspirational. But this was still, once again, an illegal immigrant that shouldn't be in this country that was trying to kill innocent individuals. And every single death that is at the hands of an illegal was 100% preventable, because they should never be in this country to begin with.
We've had lots of serious stuff to talk with you about, but here's some friendly warning from the TSA that we're seeing this morning for anyone overseas. If you came here for the World Cup and maybe you're taking ranch dressing home because you're trying it here for the very first time, make sure it's the right amount of fluid ounces. Again, that's what the TSA just posted there. So on the positive note here with the World
You
Cup.
would be
It's
okay.
incredible,
You would be
right?
surprised. It is, but you'd be surprised how many people like our ranch dressing. I'm just going to be honest with you. I like European and Mexican Coca-Cola a lot better than I do the U.S. Coca-Cola.
Interesting.
And so I'm one of the guys that will ship the Coca-Cola back. But we have a lot of people that are traveling from stadium to stadium, and they're taking their favorite ranch dressing with them. I would have never thought this was actually an issue, but it's true. And we feel so bad because they actually like it. And so we've been giving them an opportunity to go around and put it in their check luggage or actually ship it back. It was one of those things. We were talking with Hall, my director of TSA. We were talking about it. We was actually laughing just yesterday about this situation because this was, out of all the things we were concerned about,
Right.
It wasn't ranch dressing.
Not in the tabletop exercise, huh?
Yeah,
Right,
I
Mr.
put ranch on everything, so I feel them. Good stuff.
Mr. Secretary, great to see you. Come back soon.
Thank you.
Information. Truth. Is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.